Welcome back to Justice. We are here with Ira Helfand and Jay Lehr, both with very different opinions about the radiation contamination in Japan. Now, gentlemen, what about the plume of radiation that's heading toward the United States? Will we see any effects from this? I'll start with you, Ira, and then go right to Jay.
Okay.
I think that we're going to see very, very small effects from this. This is a crisis primarily at this point for Japan. The radiation that the people in the United States need to worry about is the radiation that might come out from U.S. reactors if we have an accident similar to the one that's going on there now.
All right, well, seeing as we don't have that right now, I think that what most Americans are worried about is what happens if the plume comes to our country, and how does it affect our food? If we're in a supermarket, is there something we don't buy because of the risk, however minimal it might be?
No,
Ira?
Judge. The plume contains radiation 1/1000th of what could have any impact on health of either our food or the air we breathe.
All right, so then I'll ask you this. What if there were the worst case scenario and there is a meltdown? I mean, all of these efforts have been going on for some time now. If there is a meltdown,
Judge,
what's the worst case scenario, gentlemen?
Judge, it wouldn't matter. We had a total meltdown at 3 Mile Island. We had no loss of life. We had no health impact. Within 1 week, the Japanese will have this condition under control, whether there's a meltdown or not. Hopefully, there'll have been no loss of life at the plant, and for sure, there will be no health impact due to low-level radiation on the public of Japan for either their food or the air they breathe.
But when you think about Chernobyl,
Excuse me, Judge, Chernobyl. If we have a reaction like Chernobyl, the death toll could be very substantial.
Right.
Jay has been telling people all week that nobody...
It was not in Chernobyl. It was not substantial.
Hey, Jay, let me finish, please. You've been telling people all week that there were no people who died from radiation after Chernobyl. The medical literature, unfortunately, doesn't agree with you about that. It says that there were probably about 240,000 cases of cancer from Chernobyl.
Let's assume that gentlemen, hold on. Let's assume that Chernobyl happens here. That was a 300-mile radius. Japan's not that big an island.
We have a big problem if there's a big release in Japan. A very big problem.
This is not Chernobyl. This is a meltdown.
This is
which
Daiichi.
is exactly
You're just
like
right,
3 Mile
Jay.
Island.
So the worst case scenario then is what?
The worst case scenario is that the Japanese will get it under control and the public will not suffer.
Go ahead. Last word.
It's time to stop the fear-mongering.
Last word.
It's time to have a responsible policy for energy and get rid of nuclear power.
Well, that's another subject for another show. Gentlemen, thank you very much for the spirited debate.
Thank you, Judge.
That's it for us tonight. Thanks for joining us.